Hello, hello, hello. What are we munching on today, Candace?
What?
What?
And I can't hear you.
Oh no! So Candace is having some technical difficulties this evening.
Nothing is working for me today. Why?
Speaking of things that don't work, I wanted to talk about this Tuesday, but we didn't get around to it. Can we talk about Magic Leap?
Oh, shots fired. Okay.
So for those of you who aren't aware, Magic Leap is Brian, you're probably better at describing what the company is than I am, or what it's supposed to be.
I would say that it's supposed to be like many of these kind of AR, VR kind of headsets, right? This idea that it can kind of place you in a space or place something in your field of vision. It's supposedly a hyper real level of hyper reality.
Yeah. Quick break. Hello, Dr. Shelley Cooper. Hello. What's up, Fear Dread? Hi, Rebuilt Girl. But a special shout out to Dr. Shelley for being an alum of one of our education programs. Okay, so that's what Magic Leap is supposed to be. They have raised an upwards of
a couple billion probably by now.
Few $1 billion to put out products in the early 2010s.
Well, they've raised more than $1 billion pre-product. Right.
It is now 2021. Billions of dollars have been spent. They have released products. We're on version 2 or 3. And I don't know privately what their revenue numbers are, but let's just say they are not hitting those KPIs the way they're supposed to in terms of revenue, traction, and customer adoption.
Well, you see those last rounds valuations.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm nervous, Lexi, that he's not going to be wholly honest, considering this is a company from that city he talks about all the time.
It's from Plantation. But having said that.
Wow. Are you not claiming Magic Leap? Because
I would. I feel like this latest version actually is what the first version should have been. I think they rushed out the first thing because there was so much pressure and so many people talking, and they should have just locked that out and said, "We've got the money already. It's done when it's done." Right?
Mm-hmm.
But that's not the approach they took. They also hired way too many people, and I can tell you directly, some of the quality of some of those kind of rushing hires was not particularly high.
And I think go ahead.
I think they've since kind of shrunk this company down, focused on product, and I think this version is better.
And I think this is a great tip for all founders. 1, cash does not solve all of your problems. 2, product market fit is everything. Everything. I don't care how much IP's in it. I don't care how proprietary it is. I don't care how much you and your friends love it. Product market fit is everything. If there is not a market and a customer or consumer who is willing to pay a certain price point for what you've built, it doesn't matter how good the product is.
In fact, you can't buy product market fit. You just have to have it. Mm-hmm. And it takes time and iteration often.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Feardred wants to know how the product matches up against HoloLens. I've never used a Magic Leap headset. Brian, I'm sure you've used both.
I haven't used a new one, but I like the HoloLens a lot. The Microsoft product is for us, we've tested it a few times and it was pretty impressive.
I would agree. I like HoloLens, but I don't know about.
I like HoloLens more than the Facebook ones. I'll tell you that. I like the kind of augmented real world versus the kind of completely virtual, right?
Yeah.
Did you get your HoloLens? Did you get yours?
I did, thanks to my fantastic mail person. Love my mail carriers. they're great at their job when they do it. So excited about that.
Perfect. Excited.
Action One Media wants to know, how do you apply to pitch on Twitch Pitch? So the easiest way to do it is to go to lightship.foundation. That's the whole website, nothing else, no .coms. Just lightship.foundation. And you'll see a whole sub-page category dedicated to Twitch Pitch, where you can watch previous episodes, learn more about upcoming seasons, read an FAQ, and more importantly, figure out how to apply. You really just send in a pitch video and answer a couple of questions. But you can do all of that at lightship.foundation. We have some really, really fun special seasons coming up, this one included. So be patient with us about getting back to you based on kind of what our secret criteria is for the upcoming seasons. But yeah, we'd love to see more people audition for the show, because this season is huge. And the next few seasons coming up are also going to be huge. And it's a great time. So absolutely everyone is interested in the company. You do have to be a US incorporated company, but that's kind of the only criteria. You can put on a good show and put together a good video. We're excited to see you here. So with that, I am so excited to meet our next companies for tonight. It's going to be another great bunch, just like on Tuesday. So if we can, let's get the show on the road. All right. Did you like that?
I was feeling it.
And it was fire.
Yeah, it was giving me busboys and poets.
So special shout out to our director of programming, Ms. Raquel Robinson, for getting that together for us. Love everything she does. And we're excited to get started. So welcome back, everyone, to Twitch Pitch. And if you're new here, welcome. Hello. We're excited to have you. This is the very first pitch competition live on Twitch, hosted by our very favorite venture capitalists at Lightship. So what we see is every season, we see a bunch of cool companies compete for a $25,000 cash prize. The competition looks like this. Tuesdays and Thursday nights, we'll see a few companies compete with a 5-minute pre-recorded pitch video. Then we bring those founders on live for a Q&A with us and you all, the audience. So if you're watching at home, whether you're watching on Twitch, YouTube, LinkedIn Live, whatever, please throw any of your comments and your questions in the comment box below where you're watching, and we'll make sure to get those asked of the founders tonight. We have a really great show for you. We can't wait for you to see the companies. And while you're watching, make sure you have your phone handy. Every company has the chance to collect your vote for if you would invest in the company. So at the end of the season, we choose the finalists and the winner based on judges' votes and audience votes. So you'll see a number pop up on the screen after every contestant with how you can vote for the company. So I'm super excited. Cannot wait to show you these great companies. Tonight, we're seeing some more fantastic companies in hair, skin, and personal care. And with that, let us bring on the very first company. Let's meet Magenta Roots. Oh, wait, before we do that, I have to thank our fantastic sponsors. I'm so excited. I'm so excited tonight. I just want to get right through it. But before we do that, I want to give a special shout out and thank you to our fantastic sponsor of this show. We are sponsored by the Target Accelerators. Target has the Forward Founders Program, which is a virtual 8-week program for early stage product companies looking to better understand retail. It was created in partnership with founders and ecosystem leaders to address the needs of historically under-resourced founders. And applications are opening up very soon for the next cohort. We also want to thank JP Morgan Chase. They're a global leader in financial services, offering solutions to the world's most important corporations, governments, and institutions. And the Ohio Third Frontier. OTF works with innovative startup companies across the state, making Ohio the place for the best tech entrepreneurs. Also joining me are our fantastic judges. We have Miss Candace Matthews-Brackeen, who is the founder, executive director of Lightship Foundation, and is our expert in all things CPG and e-commerce. She's the smartest person on this board today for our e-commerce and CPG season. And the other side of me, we have the Brian Brackeen, who is our lead educator at the foundation and an expert in all things AI, machine learning. And we are so excited to be with you. And I'm Lexi. I love health tech. And I can't wait to meet all of you tonight. The audience comms and comments are already popping off. Love it. We're so excited to see everyone in the comments. Continue the conversations, continue supporting who you came here to see, and maybe even become a fan of some new companies tonight. So for real this time, with that said, let's meet our first contestant of the night. Let's meet the Magenta Roots team.
Hi, my name is Monica White, and I'm the owner and creator of Magenta Roots Scalp Care, where we've created self-care for the scalp. As a professional cosmetologist over 10 years, I've consistently come across women dealing with different scalp conditions. Magenta Roots is here for that woman, dealing with the frustration, stress, and anxiety that comes along with having a scalp condition. We are self-care, we are convenience, and we are your natural scalp solution. According to the Journal of Clinical and Aesthetic Dermatology, 44% of Black women reported a history of a scalp condition. That's over 9 million Black women living every day with a scalp ailment. What is causing this? As Black women, our crowns are how we express ourselves and present ourselves to the world. As a hairstylist, I live by the saying, when you look good, you feel good. But sometimes what we choose to do to our hair is the cause of our scalp problem. That, along with different health conditions, medications, busy lifestyles, and even genetics, it's almost impossible to avoid having a scalp condition. So what is a woman to do, especially when the current market is only providing products that contain harmful ingredients, are drying to the hair and the scalp, and are inconvenient for Black women who tend to wear protective styles, straighten our hair, or have very busy lives? We currently provide products that take you from the beginning of your healthy scalp journey to maintaining it. Our natural ingredients include zinc, bentonite clay, and aloe, all proven to help improve scalp conditions and help maintain them. For instance, our scalp cleansing wipes maintain a clean scalp, which is important for more severe scalp conditions. Take, for example, our client Janae. She suffers from eczema of the scalp. Since using Magenta Roots Scalp Care, her scalp has improved by sticking to the scalp care routine that we have created. Being a salon owner, I have the advantage of selling my products directly to my clients and customers. We are also in a local beauty supply where we have been featured as a top seller. We stay on the move doing pop-up shops and trade shows to reach customers outside of our city limits. Scaling our operations will allow us to increase our presence in retail confidently, resulting in increased profit margins in the next year. Our online sales continue to grow as we use social media and ads to grow our audience. We post demo videos and do live Q&A to stay engaged with our customers. Right now, my company is a one-woman show. Using my knowledge as a cosmetologist and experienced business owner, support from family and friends, and our growing network, I am continuing to position my company for success. Our ultimate goal is to go into mass retail, along with providing subscription services with the creation of the Magenta box. Magenta Roots has great potential in the beauty industry. We eventually want to expand our line to focus on scalp care for Black men and children living with scalp conditions. In addition to adding on our line, or in addition to that, adding a line of probiotics and teas to help improve scalp conditions from the inside out. With the funding provided, we can hire a team to help increase productivity and grow our brand and to prepare us for the future demand of our products. We thank you for this opportunity, and we hope that you will help us improve one scalp at a time. Thank you.
Welcome. Oh, she's not here yet. She's coming. She's backstage. Welcome, Monica.
Hello, everyone.
Hello. Thank you for joining us tonight. We're so excited to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Candace, let's get started.
Awesome. Monica, okay, so you're a one-woman show.
Yes.
Which I've been there.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Come a long way. So who are those in your mind? What are your next few hires? Not specifically the people, but what types of hires are you looking to make?
So definitely a production person to help me actually produce and package my products. Somebody to help manage on the back end. So my social medias, my websites, doing my marketing and things like that. And also an accountant to help with the financial side of things.
Absolutely. Yes. I completely get it. Yeah. So I had no idea that you could get eczema of the scalp. So this is like brand new information for me. And I am an eczema sufferer, just not on my scalp.
Yes.
So I could not imagine. That sounds like a terrible place to have it. What are the other maybe next 2 or 3 conditions that people are getting on their scalp?
So seborrheic dermatitis is a really, really big one. And that one has become really popular over the last few years. And I think a lot of people don't understand that a lot of the scalp problems come from our gut. So our food, what we're taking in, what we're putting on our bodies. So that one, psoriasis, is a big one on the scalp as well. And then all over just dry scalp, because we use a lot of products and we don't shampoo our hair as often. We're living busy lives, we're working out. So dry scalp is a really, really big one for a bigger amount of people.
Awesome. Thank you. All right. Who's up next?
Brian's up next. But before you ask this question, everyone, please make sure you throw your questions for Monica in the comment box, and I'll get to those in a minute. Go ahead, Brian.
Thank you. Great presentation. I always say the first person is toughest because they have to go first and I have a chance to like warm up. So very, very good job. I had some similar questions around kind of the future staffing. I think you answered a little bit about who, but I want to understand kind of where you are in that journey. Do you like know the people that you want yet, or are you going to just go out and hire in that way? And then secondly, the market itself. How big is this market? How fast is it growing? From like a numbers perspective?
Well, as far as the hires, so no, I don't know exactly who I want to hire yet. That's a job post that I would interview people for and get some background and get some experience and information about them to see if they're good fit for my company, because I also want them to be able to see the vision and also believe in it. So that on that part, then I would just put out there that I'm looking to hire. The hair care industry is a $1 billion industry. And I know that I'm up against a lot, but I try to keep my products unique and convenient. A lot of times, like I said in the pitch, scalp care is not always convenient. Having to shampoo your hair once or twice a week for a Black woman is sometimes not possible. So just looking to focus in on that and find my white space in that industry, in that $1 billion industry.
Thank you.
Fantastic, Monica. So I have a question, and if I'm showing my age or my income bracket as a child, just let me ask, okay? Just let it happen.
Okay.
When I thought about scalp care growing up, there was a lot of discussion about blue magic in my household. As you think about,
I'm on mute for that. What?
Oh my God, that product is haunting me. Like everybody talks about it.
I'm sorry.
Do you remember what that smells like?
Yes,
vividly.
Right now.
I remember. So that's supposed to show.
You will have nothing but a scalp.
That's right.
As you think about education, as well as just like the healthier ingredients, because I don't remember the blue magic ingredients, but I'm guessing that it wasn't lots of castor oil and cocoa butter and shea butter. How are you thinking about your incumbents in moving people to probably a healthier scalp routine?
Well, educating clients is a huge thing for me. Being a hairstylist, that's one of the, any of my clients will tell you, oh, she's going to tell you everything you need to know about whatever issue, whatever thing you're going on with, what's going on with your hair. So educating people about the products and educating them and letting them know, like, this is what's good, this is what's bad. And just telling them, as much information as I can without it being boring, to let them know that, what's going to work better for them. Because we all know petroleum-based products are not the greatest for your scalp.
For anything.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Product education is the key.
So you've got a couple of questions here in the comments that I'm going to rip off for you. So Cameron White wants to know, what's the next trade show that Magenta Roots will be at, if you're comfortable sharing that?
Yes, next month we will be in Atlanta at the Ultimate Women's Expo. I think that's November 13th and 14th. So that'll be my first 2-day expo. So I'm really excited about it. It's supposed to be really big.
All right. Sounds like they might be a buyer. And then the Crafting Diva wants to know, exactly what does the wipe do for the scalp?
So when having a scalp condition, it's very important to maintain a clean scalp. But usually we work out, we sweat, we have product buildup. Those scalp cleansing wipes is your convenient way to keeping your scalp clean. So you can use that every day as long as you're following up with your moisture. It's one of my top sellers. Everybody loves the scalp cleansing wipes because, like, when you have braids in, or if you wear a wig, or if you have locks, it keeps your scalp and your hair clean without having the shampoo.
Great. And not a question, more of a statement. Could you just comment on Amber McCall's statement that you can use the products on your whole body, not just scalp?
I have clients that do that. I don't promote it as a body product, but I do. I have had people tell me that they use it on their body as well.
Okay. And then Frankie Evans wants to know, when will you be in Houston, Texas?
I don't know.
Or where could they find? I'll rephrase. Where can people from all across the U.S. find Magenta Roots if they wanted to buy some of your products?
MagentaRoots.com.
Okay.
You got fans out here. They want to meet up.
And Monica, I don't know if you're looking at the comments right now, but there are countless people saying they use it in their hair, in their beard. They use it on their children's scalp. You're getting there's a lot of really great testimonials here in the comments.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for the support. This is amazing.
Thank you for building such a great product line. So with that, everyone who's watching, you're a big supporter of the company, obviously. Now is your time. You're going to grab your phone and you're going to text number 5 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for Magenta Roots, text the number 5 to 203-408-6432 if you would like to vote for this company to win the competition.
Yay.
And with that, thank you so much, Monica.
Great job,
Monica.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good job.
Thank you.
She did a fantastic job. Once again, everyone, text 5 to 203-408-6432 to vote for Magenta Roots Scalp Care. That was fantastic. And I will say, just as a note for those of you who are new, sometimes we do have a little delay in when I can see your comments. So if I didn't answer your question, I promise it was not intentional. It just came through a little late. So lots of love for this one in the comments. Super, super excited. Wow. Yeah. Everyone's trying this. Lisa Birch is in the audience. We love seeing you watch, Lisa. Really, really happy for this founder. And so with that, we're going to move on to our next contestant of the night. Keeping with the same theme, we're going to see some other cool companies in hair. Let's meet the team from Moisture Love.
Hi, my name is Janelle Darden, and I am the owner and CEO of Moisture Love. Have you noticed the increasing number of women wearing their hair curly like myself? And even the ever-increasing number of brands that are servicing those same women? Just in 2020, Mintel surfaced 926 Black consumers and found that 59% said they still don't have the moisture that they desire, and 49% still want growth. Yet dryness is the antithesis to all of those challenges, causing unmanageable, unruly hair with tangles that prevents length retention. I'm a Georgia Tech industrial and systems engineer, and I use my CPG experience to solve this problem with Moisture Love. Not only are we a beauty movement that helps transform women's feelings about themselves so they can confidently embrace their beauty, we also transform these dry, dehydrated curls with moisturized, hydrated hair that can have more versatility and style and length retention. We do this with what we call a proprietary hydrolytic technology. First, it infuses moisture deep into the hair so that it lasts longer, which is second, moisture lasts for at least 3 days. And third, it then reactivates with steam. Sure, this is a huge market, $2.5 billion to be exact, $1.7 billion specifically just on styling products. And studies show that Black women spend at least 9 times more than their counterparts with over $1,500 a year. And that is exactly what my competitors capitalize on. They're not worried about you having moisture that lasts for 3 days, and they definitely don't want it to be able to reactivate with steam. Instead, they prefer to keep throwing new products at you to just solve these challenges with trendy ingredients, hoping that you'll constantly run out of products so that you can buy more. Whereas for us, we really want to solve the root cause challenge of dryness so that you can enjoy your hair more. And even still, even with the products lasting so long and reactivating, we still have over $195 customer lifetime value, because we know that when consumers try our products, they're going to love it and notice the difference. So then they're going to share it with their friends. We have over 35 independent wholesalers worldwide. And currently, recently we've been featured in press with the Huffington Post and Beauty Independent. Over the next 6 months, we are laser focused on closing 3 deals that we currently have in the pipeline. 1 for a major local hospital to Atlanta, 2 a national retailer, and 3 a home shopping network. Additionally, we know that content is so important. We are really the first generation of Black women wearing our hair natural like this. So we don't know what we're doing. Our mothers can't even teach us. But if we only have brands continuously selling products but not educating, then how will the consumers ever reach their goal of having longer, stronger hair? I've been in the industry for over 10 years, and my team has over 40 years of experience. And one thing that we know is that if you only sell products on Facebook ads, not sell content to educate your consumers, and don't stay deeply connected to who they are and what they need, then we too will just be another Me Too brand. So we join our seed round. We're raising $500,000 to invest in product development, inventory and samples, and marketing and sales with a convertible note. Thank you guys so much for your time, and I hope you've enjoyed Moisture Love. Visit us at moisturelove.com.
Welcome to the show.
Hi.
I love your background. So nice.
Thank you.
All right, Candace, let's get going.
Okay, Janelle, I know when we were backstage, I was like, I'm going to give you guys some, we're really we get fair questions, all that stuff. Okay, first of all, this smells amazing. So I'm super psyched to try it out. But where in the world on this bottle does it say that I'm going to get 3 days of moisture?
You're right, Candace. It doesn't, and it needs to. So we recently, since we did those labels, have really looked at what are our key differentiators from our competitors, and have pulled that out and realized it needs to go on there, and trying to also think through how can we put that on there without getting in trouble for
Yes.
So looking for a lab, if you will, or those double-blind studies that can confirm that for us so that we can use it in our marketing. I'm going to take my glasses off so my light.
Because that information, when you said that, I was like, look, I know when I wear my hair curly, it's, the second day I'm with the spray bottle, I'm trying to add something new, and it just doesn't do it for me. My hair doesn't hold the moisture rest everybody else in my community. So yeah, 3 days of moisture and reactivating with steam. I don't know how you message that, and I understand not getting in trouble about things, but man, once that's on the bottle, that's going to pop on a shelf. I think that is really, really neat. My other kind of my actual question is, we were, you have to jam through that video really fast. Can you tell me a little bit more about your team? Because that one was a quick slide.
It was. So Robin Ruber, she has over 30 years of experience in the beauty industry, specifically in curly hair. If you've ever heard the term silk press, she actually created that process, and she calls it silk process. So she's very, very well versed when it comes to curly hair, and she's done a lot of product development for other brands. So she's like our key educator and product specialist. And then Clinton Mitchell is our attorney by trade, and he's also our business developer. So he's working to help close some of the deals that I mentioned in the slides before. So growing sales is important. I realized that it's not my genius zone or my favorite thing to do. So I put in someone to focus on that zone.
Yep, that's how you build a team. That's how you build a team. Brian, it's your turn.
But before Brian asks this question, I want to give a friendly reminder to everyone who's watching. Once again, thank you for watching and commenting. But when it comes to the voting section, we vote via the phone. So text the number via your phone. So with whatever number you wanted to vote for. So if you're voting for Magenta, text the number 520348642 via your phone, not the comment section. Everything else belongs in the comment section. But for that one thing, please go back and make sure you do it on your phone so it can count. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Brian.
Good call. So I'm going to go back to that 3-day thing as well, because it is killer. Everybody knows here, I'm a little more of an aggressive marketer than the other ladies. So I would say, put it on the bottle until somebody tells you to take it off. Like,
I knew you were going to do that.
It is so important. It is so critically important for a variety of reasons, not just because of the product itself, but it also shows that you care about the person. That all these other brands are designing a product to take more money out of their pockets.
Yeah.
And you are designing a product for them, which just it takes the trust level through the roof, and it allows people to say, you know what, I trust her, and I'm going to tell my friends about this thing that I trust. So I think it's critical that you. I don't know if there's a question here, but maybe you can reply to that comment.
Real quick before she does, Brian, it's interesting you say that, because I know we've all had this. There's new deodorants, and some of them say, you just wear them normally. Some of them are 24-hour. Some of them are 48-hour. First of all, I don't know who's not showering for that long, but whatevs. But people are writing 48-hour deodorant. Why can't we say 2 or 3 day hair care products? Just throwing it out there.
You're right. I think we just gotta put it on there. It sounds like permission. That's what I'm hearing.
All right, Brian, I stole your question. You go ahead.
The question is, what would you have any thoughts beyond?
Were you asking me my thoughts?
Oh, no, that's it. I said I had a comment. Candace made a comment. It's okay. I was just saying.
I thought you were waiting for her thoughts too. My bad. I will say our friendly legal team would love for me to say right now that this is not legal advice. We are simply normal people with some ideas and thoughts. It is not legal advice. Do not let the FDA come knocking on our door because of decisions.
There was an episode where one of my kids came in the background and asked when I was ordering dinner. He crawled behind me, through 2 beds, peeked his head over my shoulder. I didn't see any of it until the end. And so we've been there. This is live. And so don't worry about it.
Okay. I gave everybody in the house instructions, put the food out, and then my son comes on like he's a starving child in Africa. So, anyway,
we're all friends here.
It's live.
Yeah, we are all friends here. So, folks, in the comment section, I know everyone is super excited to vote. Okay, we're gonna vote in 2 seconds. I promise.
If
you have any questions, though, feel free to drop those in now. while we're doing this, I have a quick question for you about design and style. Tell me about color story. I mean, your background seems very clean, very white, very bright. How do you what do you look like on shelf against your peers? And kind of why did you pick this very white and kind of pastel-y accented color story?
Yeah, so when we rebranded to Moisture Love, we had a brand before, whole trademark lawsuit situation. And with Moisture Love, our goal is to, I'm so sorry. I mean, so
No.
Go talk to Daddy in the other room. Okay.
This
We
is the
live
best.
in this time.
This is the
We
best.
live right now. It's okay.
So we created Moisture Love because we know that moisture is the number one challenge that women with curly hair have, but loving and embracing our identity and feeling good about ourselves is a close second. So when I thought about if Moisture Love were to be a place, where would it be? And it will be like this zen zone. So when I think of white and pastel, it feels like love, it feels like air, it feels free, it feels like a hug, it feels clean. It feels free of judgment. It feels like it's an authentic space. It feels like it's a whiteboard and you can paint your own version of what your hair is to you and how you show up in the world. So that's how we chose the colors. And we used to have a very dark color scheme, and we switched to this looking at the shelf and that there's a bunch of different colors. And so with the white, it feels like you can hone in, and we stand out, especially with the watercolor in comparison to everyone else.
Fantastic. So a couple of questions from the audience for you. The first one is from ICAS Prop 18. What's the importance of moisture to healthy hair?
Oh my goodness, it's critical. It's the number one antithesis to your breakage and all of your other challenges, especially because curly hair tends to curl really tightly. The cuticles are it's very hard to get into the inner core of the hair. And so that means that dryness can kind of come in easily, but it can also escape just as quickly. And when your hair is dry, think of it like a rubber band. If you have a really dry rubber band and you try to stretch it, it's going to pop. But if that rubber band is new and it still has this elasticity, it will stretch without breaking. So the importance of moisture is just to give your hair the elasticity that it needs so that it doesn't pop, so you won't feel like your hair is not growing, and so that it's just more manageable and easier to take care of.
Great. And Millennial Blades wants to know if you're comfortable sharing, what about the product is supposed to maintain moisture? What ingredients?
So it's the entire system, right? So we created it with our proprietary hydrolytic technology. And that technology, the way we formulated, the type of ingredients that we formulated, the percentages that we put them in there, the order in which they're added to the formula, all those things affect how the moisture responds on your hair. And we've also added a certain feature to it that it doesn't matter what your porosity is or your hair texture. Either way, it's going to get to the deepermost levels of your hair. So hopefully that answers your question.
I'm going to rephrase Gidget 4's statement into a question about the first ingredient because I have the system and water is not the first ingredient. So tell us about your primary ingredient for some of these things, which I'm looking at it and I know it's not water, but I want to hear you talk about it.
Yeah, it's aloe vera juice. And we've actually put aloe vera juice in there as the first ingredient because aloe vera has the pH closest to the natural sebum on your scalp, which means that for your scalp and for your hair, it's going to be healthier and your hair is going to respond to it better because it's natural to what your own body creates. So that's why it's not water, but aloe vera juice, if you've ever seen it or if you take an aloe plant, it's like 90% water. But aloe itself is so critical for hair.
Great answer. Fantastic. So everyone, here's the time. We're going to do this right now. Okay. If you would like to vote for Moisture Love, you are going to text the number 6 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for Moisture Love, text the number 6 to 203-408-6432. And you're going to text that via your phone. You're not going to put that in the comment section. You're going to text it for your vote to count. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And while we're getting ready for the next contestant, I saw some questions earlier up in the comments. If you wanted to vote for Magenta Roots, that was the number 5 to this very same number. So Magenta Roots was 5 to 203-408-6432. And Moisture Love is number 6 to 203-408-6432. The question you're asking yourself is, would you invest in this company? So you can vote for as many companies you see on the show that you would invest in. It doesn't have to be just one per episode. If you think it's an investable company, show them your love, give them your vote. And I think we're good in terms of questions about that. Lots of love again for this product or this company in the audience. Really excited to meet the next contestant up for the night. So with that, let us meet Orion and BlackTravelBox.
My name is Orion Brown, and I'm the founder and CEO of BlackTravelBox, the only premium brand of personal care products made for travelers of color. As a 15-year career brand strategist and marketing professional and lover of travel, I've been to nearly 20 or so countries. That's me in Ireland, Kenya, and a host of other places. I love traveling. It feeds my soul, but maintaining my personal care routine on trips is not easy. Over the years, I've noticed that finding products to keep my regular beauty routine in check had become a full-time job. Checked bags, tiny bottles, confiscated jars, it was all too much. And that tiny 3-in-1 bottle is not going to get the job done. Truth is, the hair care and skincare options in the travel aisle just aren't made with Black women in mind. So I created BlackTravelBox, a multicultural lifestyle brand that gives travel lovers the freedom to enjoy their experiences. We've been featured in major publications like Condé Nast Traveler and recognized as a top up-and-coming brand by Beyonce.com. Representation in travel, beauty, and personal care is a huge challenge. As I mentioned, the Black travel market is over $109 billion and growing, with a large chunk of that spend coming from Black women. About 1 in 5 Black travelers takes at least one international trip a year, and according to Time magazine, that number is growing exponentially. Additionally, Black women spend 9 times more on beauty and personal care products than any other ethnicities. We buy more because we use more, yet hotels and beauty brands aren't providing what we need, and the struggle is real. Even celebrities like Gabrielle Union have made public statements about this product double standard. Black travelers are demanding that products, brands, and marketers speak to them in ways that resonate culturally and experientially. And the market for multicultural travel-ready products is ripe with opportunity. The total U.S. personal care market is just over $43 billion and growing. Of that, Black travelers spend an estimated $3 billion annually on travel personal care. That equates to about $372 million in those tiny bottles, confiscated jars, and full-size checked items that spill, stain, and suck for travel. We're disrupting this market because rather than retrofitting existing products into smaller sizes, we're creating products specifically for travel and out-of-home use. Our balms and bars are designed to last longer, travel better, and they're safe to use. Our product line roadmap is broken into 3 tranches: prep, maintenance, and repair, and we're taking a multi-phase approach to launch, starting with maintenance, then growing product development through personal care regimens and active ingredient capability. Platform extensions include bespoke men's line, as well as a BlackTravelBox kids line. In spite of COVID, the last year has been promising, with millions in earned media, a growing audience, and this summer I completed the Macy's and Target accelerators. We'll be live on Macy's.com this fall and potentially in store at Market by Macy's. We've engaged production partners, kicked off new product development, ramped up brand marketing, and a retail sales strategy. In 2022, we'll use this momentum along with a multi-tier ambassador program, cultural and beauty event partnerships, and travel and hospitality partnerships to maintain our strong luxury brand margins and continue sales growth. 2 to 3x year over year with a positive EBITDA in 2023, all of which gets us conservatively to almost $7 million in sales by 2024. Now, how am I going to get all of this done? Well, I do have a bit of experience. From strategy to operations and brand management, I've worked on and led some of the best known brands in the Fortune 500. Now I'm excited to bring that expertise to a culture and community I love that deserves to be celebrated. So what do I need from you? I'm targeting a $300,000 investment raise to close out this year and enable 16 months of runway. During that time, we'll be able to scale production, build distribution, hire new team members, and of course, keep the lights on. So thank you again for your time, and I'm here to answer any questions.
Good evening and welcome to the show.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me.
Hello. Before Candace goes, we will give a quick disclaimer that we do know Orion. She is a graduate of the Lightship Bootcamp. So we've known you for quite some time. So excited to see you here again. Candace, you want to get us started tonight?
I do. Okay, so Orion, when someone goes to the website or they go to a retailer, what are they buying? Are they buying this in a box or are they buying individual things?
They're buying individual things, but what I will say is that our customers really love bundles. So at the end of the day, we look at the repeat as individual items, but bundles are the way in. So our starter kit, for instance, has a shampoo and a conditioner bar in it, as well as hair balm and body balm and a lip balm, because we can't have the crusties. We can't do that. And it comes in a little kit. So that gives them an opportunity to really try and sample the different products. We're still in MVP product mode. So there's so many more things that'll be coming. And I mentioned that in the presentation around like regimens and things like that. So you can look at very specific personal care regimens, whether it be hair care or skin care, that will start to expand the products from there. And again, those will start out as bundles. And then for the repeat purchases, people can kind of pick and choose the things that really work best for them.
Yeah. What's your top seller? Because if I think for myself, when I go to the travel section of a store, they have these little bottles of lotion, and I won't say any of the names of the lotion, but they're all very thin, right?
Yes.
They're almost like a hotel lotion.
Yes.
And just like we talked with the previous person, you get kind of 3 days of moisture. That gives you like nothing. So what is your top seller? What are people really buying?
It's like chewing on a chiclet. Like you chew for a couple of minutes and then all of a sudden you just have gum in your mouth, but there's no flavor. A big challenge to that is the first ingredient is water. And the second piece is they're using a lot of fillers to get the viscosity, the thickness that they are getting. Those fillers on melanin look like ash. That's not a good look. That's the opposite of what we want from lotion. And so you're spot on. Our body balm is the #1 seller next to our lip balm. Both of those are typically purchased in bundles that people just make. They will buy 6 or 7 of them at once, have one in the purse, one in the car, one in the go bag, one in the hoe bag, one in the gym bag, one in the travel bag, everywhere. So it's one of those things that necessity of having a product that will work on melanated skin is so very, very clear. And it's not just a challenge for us. Plenty of other people purchase our products outside of the African-American community because, frankly, we have something that's really differentiated on the market. And I live in Denver right now, the altitude, dust city. So a lot of my local customers are like, I know I'm not your target, but it feels really good. And I'm here for that.
Go ahead, Brian.
Well, let me say, you were never a bad pitcher at all. In fact, for people that come into our program, you're really always one of the more polished ones, but you're at a whole different level now. Like the speed, the transitions, the lightness, the jokes, and the ask is very, very, very clear and very well done. So congrats. I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So my question is about brands. And do they come to you and do they see this as an opportunity for like a beachhead where like your customer trusts you? So can I maybe put a little something of mine in your box and then, Yeah. And then what do you say to that? And because those products either could be good, but sometimes those products may not be good. You got a standard you're trying to hold.
Yeah, I mean, it's a hard no right now because I'm establishing the brand. And we don't want to get into the place. And I already know box in the name is a little bit confusing. So people are like, oh, it's a subscription. Oh, you curate. But one of the challenges is it's very unsustainable for most companies to make tiny versions of what they make larger. It's just not economically sound for them. So even if I did find a partner that was like, oh, we have like these little things that we could do and we would put it in there, the likelihood that that will be around in a year or 2 years is non-existent. And what I'm trying to do is create a platform that's enduring, that people can rely on and go to and know that they're going to find products that work for them, are made for them, and are going to be available. So that's, maybe in the future we'll do something different, but it's really not, that's a key issue with the industry right now.
Thank you so much.
Folks watching, if you have questions for Orion, throw them in the comment box below and I will get those answered for you in just a second. But can we talk a little bit about sales channels? Congratulations on the Macy's. Congratulations on all the other kind of consumer-facing things coming up. But how are you thinking long-term about kind of B2B or enterprise relationships?
I think that they're going to be a core piece because that's just where you're going to get your audience. So just like people used to put everything on television, kind of spray and pray and get awareness. I mean, that's something that is sort of necessity to the product or necessity to being in the brand space. However, we still have the same challenges with distribution. So until distributors, retailers think differently about products that are not even just made for people of color, but have us on the packaging, right? Because we shouldn't have a separate aisle. That's a whole other soapbox I could get on. But until they get really comfortable with that and make that a part of what they think about as mainstream, retail is going to be a challenge. Now, when you look at partners like Macy's, partners like Target, they are actually the ones that are like really going heavy and being like, no, let's just do it. We're going to go all in, balls to the wall, for lack of a better term. But that's not happening everywhere. So for me, I think of it as an opportunistic thing. I really, just like I think about my cap table, I think about my retail partners and I'm like, if you're in it to win it with me, then we're good. If you're like, I just want to exploit this because it's interesting right now, this is the one place that I have control. I created this company to serve up people, and that's what I want it to do ultimately. So when we think about places and spaces that we'll be selling at, obviously we have direct to consumer, and I'm finding new and innovative ways to get that faster because Amazon's out here trying to eat up everybody's life. But also looking at things like travel partners, looking at hotels and hospitality partners, looking at opportunities to get into airports. So imagine getting your stuff jacked at TSA because they do jack you for your stuff. And then you get on the other side and you see an ad on one of the screens that's like, "Ooh, did you lose X, Y, and Z? Come get the body balm down at the end of the terminal." That's really kind of the vision that I have. So you're never kind of stuck, whether it's ordering from home and getting it delivered to your hotel or grabbing it on the way on the trip or even getting it once you're there. We want to find as many ways as possible to logistically get access to the product because access is the challenge that we're really solving.
Fantastic. A couple of questions from the audience here. So I don't know if you have any in front of you, Orion, but Fear Dread wants to know, I'm interested in what the packaging looks like for the travel kit. Fantastic. And what it looks like in a carry-on bag.
I don't have the bag with me. Y'all, I literally just moved to another apartment. I had this view like 5 minutes ago, I swear. But when you talk about the actual bag, we actually have a bag that is made out of vegan leather. I don't have huge hands, medium hands. The bag is no bigger than this. So it's probably about 5.5 to 6 inches across the bottom, has a little bit of an arch to it. And it's made with a window to see through because that's always the thing. You do not want them touching all your stuff. You can look at it, but don't touch it. This is not the club. We're not doing that. So it's a small bag. And you actually, if you go to our site, BlackTravelBox.com, you'll see a really lovely shot of the bag right there on the homepage. We can stuff our entire starter kit in there, plus a few other things if you have extra little loosey-goosey things that you want to throw in.
Fantastic. And iCast Prop 18 wants to know, is the hook for your product that they're in solid form, shampoo bar, conditioner balm, or bar to make them TSA friendly?
You know what? It's interesting. I started out with, how do I just develop a product that is made for use out of home? And anhydrous without water is what sort of came as that initial entry point. As we start to get more cash, and more and more support for the business, that's when we can start being really innovative with packaging. Packaging tends to be a lot more expensive than the actual product itself. And so that's where we can get into spaces and places where we're doing individual multi-packs, resealable packs, all kinds of fun stuff, push-up bars, things of that nature. But anhydrous makes a ton of sense because honestly, most of these products you're going to be interacting with water with at the end point anyway. So why pay to schlep the water and then to add more water to it?
Makes total sense. Thank you so much, Orion. Folks, now is your time. If you would like to vote for BlackTravelBox to win this season, you're going to text the magic number 7 to 203-408-6432. Once again, to vote for BlackTravelBox, text the number 7 to 203-408-6432 via your cell phone, not the comments. Thank you so much, Orion.
Thanks for having me, guys.
See you soon.
All right. What a fantastic company. Once again, their magic number is 7 to 203-408-6432. There's some really great new people in the audience, so let me touch on a couple of points. One, this show does kind of, sort of, run all year long. No matter what episode you're seeing, you're always going to see us highlighting the best founders that just happen to look like us. So there was a comment about Black clothing brands. We see companies across really every category of startup on the show. Some seasons, like this season, are more focused on CPG and e-commerce. We've had healthcare seasons, but we see a little bit of everything. So I'd encourage you to keep watching the show. We're here Tuesday and Thursday nights most of the time, and you'll see some other really great companies across all categories participate on the show. Lots of love for Orion and her presentation. And folks, you did not miss House of Isis. Everyone in the comments since the minute we went live tonight has been asking about House of Isis. So without further ado, we are finally going to meet the team from House of Isis. Come on, folks. Let's say hello.
Hi, my name is Gina, and I am the founder of House of Isis. And this is my daughter, Isis. She is the CEO at House of Isis, where we create non-toxic vegan hair and skincare products for Black women. Did you know that Black women spend more than $7.5 billion on beauty products annually, but are often exposed and underprotected against the high levels of toxic chemicals that are actually found in these hair and skincare products? So I, as a licensed cosmetologist, saw all of this and decided not to be part of this problem and began to create my own hair and skincare products.
So House of Isis has a unique market opportunity. The beauty industry alone is $51.5 billion. The hair care market, $8.7 billion. The Black hair care market, $2.1 billion. So we have a total addressable market of $62.3 billion. And Black women love to switch up their hairstyles. And actually, 40% of that $7.5 billion that they spend on hair care products is spent on styling products alone. And House of Isis has 12 SKUs that are perfect for any hair care regimen. We have shampoos, conditioners, and supportive oils. We also have an all-inclusive lock care line that is specifically for the use of dread care. And we have an amazing Mommy and Me wash day to share with you. And this shows that our products are safe for all ages, including the little ones. Our products are also dual purpose for the hair and skin. They are for all hair types and textures. So, competitive analysis. House of Isis offers dual purpose products for the hair and skin, which is unlike anything on the market. Our products are vegan and cruelty free, and they offer holistic healing properties, meaning that they include essential oils inside and infused in these products to create a holistic healing experience. Our business model is an omni-channel approach. Our marketing strategies, social media, brand ambassador partnerships, and micro-influencers. So what are our customers saying? Well, we have over 100 5-star reviews on our website, houseofisis.co. And these are a few of the beautiful Isis naturalistas that shared their experiences. They say how much the products make their hair feel amazing, they smell so good, and we have a customer retention rate of 54%. Our team, my mom and I are both the founder and CEO of House of Isis. She's a licensed cosmetologist of over 30 years and the sole product formulator and manufacturer. Myself, I'm a graduate of Spelman College and I operate all fulfillment services, branding, and social media marketing. So some of our milestones to date. Well, we've launched in 4 beauty supply stores from Florida to Bermuda. You might be asking, why Bermuda? Well, we're actually originally from Bermuda, so we have great partnerships with beauty supply stores there. Our projected revenue for 2023 is $1 to $3 million, and we plan to do this by launching into strategic mass retailers, which will coincide with our top performing areas here on this US map. So what are we asking for? Well, we want to increase our manufacturing capabilities, brand awareness, and drive reach in anticipation of national retail partnerships. So we hope that you join us on this mission to provide Black women with non-toxic vegan hair and skincare products that heal them and not harm them. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, ladies.
Hi. So happy to be here. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for joining us. We're excited to see you both again. Candace, let's get us started.
Absolutely. So I won't make too many comments because we had Kristen and Keisha earlier this week, and they're sisters that work together. A mom and daughter. I know I work with my spouse, but whew, you guys must really love each other. So
we do.
My question is around really the lock line.
Okay.
How is that going? And do you have a lot of competitors in that space? It's not something I typically see in the big box retailers.
Okay, well, I'll be honest with you. As far as I know, there's only one competitor, and we completely outcheck the boxes by being vegan, by being completely non-toxic, and also family friendly. Most of the lock lines are only user-friendly for adults. And just like our natural hair loose line, the lock line is also skin friendly and can be used from head to toe. Previously, we have noticed a new rash of consumer or a new brand of consumer, and we're now looking at a lot of the men. As we mentioned, the female Black African-American, Black women were normally our number one consumer, but with the introduction of the lock line, we notice a lot more male Black African-American consumers because they're wearing locks too.
Yeah, and now it's become our best seller. So it's outperforming the rest of our products at this point.
Yeah, we never expected this, but the locks have become so popular in the corporate market. I mean, it's become a basic self-expression, not only for African Americans, but people of other races as well. Yeah.
So what makes it not family friendly?
Not family friendly products.
Because I know your product is family friendly. Let me just double down on that. Yours is.
Okay.
The competitor is not. So what makes it not family friendly?
The use of fragrances. To me, that would be a number one red flag as a mother, because my daughter, she was born with skin eczema. And one of our products, one of our biggest sellers, our Shea Souffle, as you notice, one of our ambassadors was using it on her face. Our raw shea butter is blended intentionally with essential oils as well as turmeric. That gives it that bright, popping, amazing color. Because shea butter naturally from the beginning is an off-white color. You see that pop? That's the turmeric. And as we've come to know now, and so many of our young consumers know, that turmeric, or turmeric, depending on where you come from, is an amazing anti-inflammatory agent in its natural form. And so with the eczema that my daughter used to have, I began using just the raw shea butter. But once I began infusing it with essential oils, She took it from me. And I couldn't find my hair stuff at home. And she was about 4 then. I mean, this began a long time ago for me. I didn't just start doing this because I had eczema as well growing up, and they slathered me with, we mentioned the Blue Magic earlier. Now, we all remember Cream E45, the wax. Oh my God, and then petroleum. In Bermuda, you can have salt and stand sticking to you. It's no fun.
You don't want that.
You don't want a piece of that. So, this has been an amazing journey. I'm sorry, I could go on forever.
Yeah, so because it doesn't have those petroleums or toxic ingredients in it, that's what really makes it family friendly, because so many products, like my mom said, have artificial fragrances. They're not safe for children. No. So we make sure they are.
And the number 2 thing is artificial dyes. Mm-hmm. As a mom, I absolutely know so many of my consumers say, Miss Gina, I even had a consumer, her baby girl took it into the kitchen and began making something on her stove. Those little cute little kitty kitchens. She was slathered in it. Yeah. She was eating it. But the mom was not perturbed because she knew there is no dye in there. There's nothing artificial to harm her baby girl. Maybe a good poop at the end of the night. I'm just thinking. I can feel it easy fits. Sorry.
No, you're good. Brian?
I'm just so impressed with all the Bermuda love in the comments. I mean, the national flag has been up and down the comments all day.
We made sure they came through and support, so we're so happy to see the love as well.
Yes, our little island is on the map.
The entire country is here tonight.
Yes.
I had a question about growth. I love it. I love the story. I actually really love that. To your point, you're not new to this, right? This is a lifelong journey, and it's something that you feel anyone could use, anyone should use with their own families, as you have with your family, right?
Yes.
And so your ask is $25,000 to get you to 1 to 3 million in a couple of years. But what if your ask was $500,000 or $1 million? How far could you go with additional money?
We could get it into Target tomorrow. We're already in talks with a manufacturer. And see, that's the thing for me. I've talked to about 5 because I am picky. Look, anybody who knows Miss Gina knows how picky I am, okay, to a point. Like, I'm a Cancer. I'm just saying. So, and pickiness comes from a lot of places, and even with having a lot of money, I know where I want to put it. That's why I'm talking to these people. I build teams. My vendors, like my shea butter vendor, I've used for over 28 years this particular vendor because I can trust them. They trust me. And when you ask that question, I thank you for asking it because I just want to let you know how picky I am about this stuff. So we're talking to a few co-manufacturers because my manufacturing capacity has to be up. I don't want to be in 300 stores and flop. I'll take 30 for now because I want to do that well, very well. Earning my best foot's coming forward with this.
Absolutely.
And being an entrepreneur for so long, my integrity cannot be at stake. So talking to co-manufacturers, talking to our boxes of 3PL, which is something I've recently learned
from Target.
The Target Fall Partners program has taught me a new language.
Yes.
And I'm so grateful for that language.
Yes.
It's something I always wanted to do was to get this mission on the road. So yes, with more money,
we can do more.
Tomorrow we're in the door. I have a team. We have a great CPA. She's taught me so many things about profit and loss. Like, listen, she had me doing the numbers.
Yes.
She has me looking at my email every morning, checking my accounts every morning. I'm that person now. I put on the readers. Go, Miss Gina. My daughter's like, Mom. So I'm going to stop. That's us. If we have more, we can do more.
Yeah. Especially with social media, we have taken off. I mean, as you can see from all the comments, this is like from our social media presence, we have created this Isis Naturalistas Club, and it includes men and women now, young and old. So, really also putting it in towards Facebook ads, because we have tapped into that before and saw an amazing growth through that. So, we have brand ambassadors now on YouTube and Instagram, TikTok. So we want to grow that as well. So we know that people are, it's not just a trend. This is a lifestyle for us, and people know that. So they want to stick by this mission as well.
Fantastic. That leads me to my question about community. How did you cultivate this community? I'm sure all of these people weren't with you day one, but you have a very strong following. How did that happen?
Well, okay, it's been like one of my customers said to me the other day as she sat in my chair, I hadn't seen her in about 4 years. I had moved locations, but never changed numbers. And I said, so what brings you back? She says, well, Miss Gina, like nothing else was working. I had nowhere else to turn.
Yes.
Another thing that works for us a lot too is the fact that you can't bring anything into my salon. You absolutely have to be coming to my salon for the House of Isis experience and products, period.
Yeah, so we've built, my mom has built this. We've been in Florida since 2005, but since 2010, House of Isis has been in existence. And so these are the only products she has ever used in her salon.
Since 2010, I've also been an educator in West Palm Beach, because as an immigrant coming into the United States, in order to get a state board license, I had to spend time in school at a cosmetology school. I began to teach there. And subsequently, a few of my students now, I'm so excited about this, they have businesses of their own. They're salon owners. And that's another thing that House of Isis has afforded me to do. So then they get they call them their curly heads, because they may be white people, mixed people, Spanish people, and they don't know what to do with the curly heads. They send them to Miss Gina.
Yeah, and our products work for them as well.
Yeah, and I didn't never design it for that, but curls need moisture, and some of these moms, they just don't know what to do.
Yes.
I love hair, and one thing I know about when someone can have a great hairstyle or they know how to manage their hair, their self-esteem comes up through the roof. And it's nothing more than my love for people. It's your mental well-being when it comes to our hair. It's so much more to this.
Yeah, so they stick by that through the whole journey. They love what we provide. They love what our products do for their hair, their skin.
And education is everything.
Absolutely.
So they have stuck by us all these years, and we're getting new people now.
Go ahead. I have a dog.
That answered it.
Go ahead. Actually, that's a really great segue to the comment section as my camera starts to move. So iCast Prop wants to know why vegan. I think you touched on some of these points before, but what's the benefit of vegan ingredients specifically?
Okay, this is a big part of my mission. One of the biggest and hugest benefits of a vegan-based skin and hair care line is your internal organ health, which is vitally important to me. You see, being a licensed cosmetologist let me know early in, and that's why I just use my own product line, because the hormonal damages, if you don't use a vegan skin and hair line, then you're intaking through your dermal layer, which is your biggest organ, all of those toxic and harmful chemicals into your body. If you have a smart body like mine, it rejects it in the forms of skin eczema, which is an inflammatory condition brought on by products that are not vegan.
So that's the reason.
That's the reason.
Absolutely.
I love these questions.
We had another question about, I'm trying to remember who said it. Where can people find your products in Bermuda? C.H. Simmons.
Oh, yes. So we have a beauty supply store called Bermuda Beauty Supplies, and they are mobile, so they will deliver it to you. And then houseofisis.co, so .co, is our website, and we ship worldwide. We ship as far as the UK, New Zealand, Spain, Bermuda, of course, because we have customers from all over. And so you can find our products in Bermuda at the beauty supply store or on our website.
Isis is the most amazing international shipper. She's got customs clearance down. Oh my goodness. Oh, she's amazing. You get that stuff all the way across the Atlantic on time and intact.
And we do insulate our boxes in a certain way because they are vegan.
Yeah.
People are, we do say to keep them in cool temperatures, but the way we insulate our boxes is so particular that you will not have any issues with your products getting to you. They'll be in perfect condition. So.
And one of the biggest things we are is like we're so vegan friendly that we understand the earth needs to be protected. So while we always advocate to our customers, please reuse the box. Grow a plant in the box.
Yes.
Rewrap another gift in the tissue paper wrapping. Yes. All of our containers are reuser friendly. We have an amazing scalp mist with a pump. Now, Miss Gina knows that peppermint and lavender, rosemary, all of those good essential oils, bugs do not like because we don't want to kill the bugs.
Yeah,
we just want to keep them off of us. That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
So if you love lavender, love yourself, spray away. Lavender is anti-inflammatory, antibacterial. Peppermint is amazing and soothing.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, ladies. All right, everybody. No wait this entire hour. If you would like to vote for House of Isis to win this show, you're going to grab your phone and you are going to text to 203-408-6432. Once again, text the number 8 to 203-408-6432 via your cell phone. Now is the time. Thank you so much for waiting on this.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, once again, 8 is their magic number, everyone. Get your votes in. All the love in the comments. Continue the love. And number 8. What a great group tonight.
They're so positive.
Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm going to be able to sleep tonight with all the energy. Like, it was a lot. That was so much fun.
So much energy. There are even people in the comments saying that they feel inspired to start their own businesses after watching this episode. Fantastic. Everyone could be a founder. Every single one of you got an idea, you're solving a problem, start it. Start it today.
My favorite thing that was said tonight from Gina was Target accelerators have taught them a new language. I loved that. I loved that.
Again, the Target for some good selection on their side. Like they're really picking
100%. Like I'd like to talk.
Shout out. So Lisa dropped a very important comment in the comment box too from Target. Lisa Birch says, if you want to launch through Target accelerators, their application's open tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow. So you can go to the link that Lisa posted, targetaccelerators.com/apply-now and drop your application. I will say, hint, hint, if you do apply, read all the directions. Do everything they ask you to in the directions. You'll be surprised about how many people didn't make the cut just because they didn't read directions. Please give them some love. Check out their accelerator if you're interested. Check out our other contestants we saw tonight. I'm going to give our own team a shameless plug since we're all here and it's all love. Apply to Target, but while you're also applying to Target, we have accelerators too, okay? Go to Lightship.Foundation. Apply to our accelerators. We've got some really, really great accelerators across some really cool states in the Midwest and the South, where we're investing up to $500,000 in every company accepted. Can't wait to see you there. Drop your application there too. So lots of places for you to learn how to grow your business. Also, maybe you're not ready for an accelerator. Maybe you just want to hang out with some Twitch pitch. Do that. Also, Lightship.Foundation. It's a great time. Maybe you're not ready for that either. Maybe you just want to learn some more. We also have educational boot camps for founders. Totally private, totally fun, great time. You can learn all of these skills. You can learn how to put together a great pitch, learn all of these things these fantastic founders have put together tonight. So, and how many times can you vote? Vote for as many companies as you'd like. If you loved all of them, vote for all of them. If you only loved one, only vote for one. Whatever floats your boat works for us. Really excited to see who comes out on top for this. Let me make sure I didn't miss any other questions. I think that's it. Thank you guys so much. There's so many new people here. So this show is not a one-time deal. If you came to see your favorite, stay with us. We do this every Tuesday and Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern.
I don't know who this person is, by the way, but some of these comments
Oh,
are
Lord. Oh, Lord.
comments are out of line.
We're going to go behind the scenes in just a second, and you can handle that there. But for everyone else who was here, for the startups and the founders, thank you so much for joining us. Come back and see us Tuesday at 7 to see some more incredible founders with some more fantastic companies. Can't wait for you to see who they are. And we'll see you there. Thank you, everyone.
Go Birds. Go Birds. Big night.
Good night.
Man,
All right,
I'm gonna get on him. I know exactly what that is.
Where's Candace? We're still on.
I'm here. My computer is on 4%, and I don't know how because this computer has been on charge.
We're still live, Candace.
Okay, I don't know.
We're really live. So those of you who want to talk shop about whatever football's happening in the comments, you're more than welcome to do that here. This is your space.
Oh, I didn't know we had behind the scenes. All right. Whew. All right. Sorry, my bad.
This was just for football.
Oh, well, the Birds are going to get beat up on. It's rough in these streets for the Birds right now.
Who are they playing? You guys know I'm the least football.
Tom Brady.
And the Buccaneers.
Yes.
The Buccaneers versus, is that tonight? When is that? Tomorrow?
That's right. It's in the next.
Thursday night football.
Oh, wow. Okay, so we will wrap this up then. So our folks who love to watch football can go do that. Shout out to the Ravens, though. Lamar is the greatest of all time. We actually have seen a Ravens alum on the show. Fun fact. Go back and watch season 1 to see who I'm talking about. We don't know. We've had a Ravens superstar actually win season 1 of this show.
All right. So Justin Forsett is amazing, yes, and his company is too. Okay, but if I feel like I need to go to your little city.
My little city. Please look at me. Please don't start talking about cities. We are on live. Please.
Your little city, and go watch the Bengals.
Candace, people show up to football games in my city and their baseball games. We have full stadiums.
Oh, well, we have a full stadium full of true fans. Wow. True fans.
The word full. How are you using that word full?
It is what's filled with true fans.
Wow. Use the term full as in sold out.
Right. Same thing in Baltimore. Same thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're familiar.
So, everyone, this is us having a good time behind the scenes. Come back and see us Tuesday. I'm going to let everyone go so they can watch their Eagles. I'm going to root for the Eagles this time. Why not? I hope they win. And we'll see you guys here Tuesday night. Good night.
Good night.
Go Birds.
Bye.